Questioning Everything with Garrett and Adam.
Like going back to Jim Morrison though, like, and that's something like his spirit was so. I'm reading a book right now, his book, or one of his books. Someone wrote, I can't remember. We Own the Night, and basically it's just like this dude tripping with him, and I don't know, like obviously they're exaggerating maybe a little bit. I don't know, like for entertainment, the writing is so like it's like reading an acid trip. This book, but the way he moves, the way he talks, the way he it reminds me a lot of our childhood when we were like tripping and having a lot of fun. But just his essence though is so like wow, like that guy was 27, like 25. He died at 27, so he was like 25 years old, like that. But he also had to go find his books at the library and and really go after the knowledge that he attained. Like it's not like he didn't just Google it.
No, there was no Google.
So he was like, he had a really unique spirit.
No, it is interesting that once a person dies, that's it.
Fuck off with that. You think it's oh god? You think it's black? That's it? Is that what you think?
Well, it's it for the rest of us. That's for sure.
Pardon me?
That's it for the rest of us. The
mean?
whole idea that if you look at like say 40,000 years of history, or even 4 million years of human,
that sucks.
That
man.
Once a person goes, they never get back. Like the uniqueness of what we call a spirit, really the combination of all that they're composed of in harmony with itself is so unique that it literally never occurs twice. Literally never occurs twice.
That we're energy and we just get like our body dies and like our spirit, our fucking tribe vibe turns into something like and goes off somewhere. We're energy, aren't we? Like
no, we're mass.
But we have electricity.
Mass and energy are equivalent, but we are mass. We are energy producing mass, basically. So the energy in us is emergent from the mass.
So basically you think that's it. When we die, it's just black.
Unless you can pull something out of your fucking hat, then
like
it's
what? Like fucking some serious.
Then it's not even black, right? Like black's a bad way of looking at it. It's like undoing rather than, it's not adding black to what's there. It's simply undoing it. It's simply no longer there.
Oh, it's so fucking.
It's weird, right?
So I need counseling after I leave your house, man. Usually,
there's the lack of repetition in it. Is what's really strange, and the lack of repetition is what lets us know that it's incredibly unique.
Well, can you remember before you were born? No.
How could you? Right? There is no function. There's no material connected to something from before you were born that you could remember through.
So you don't believe in reincarnation?
I definitely do not believe in reincarnation. Definitely not. But I believe in simultaneous incarnation. As far as if I had to propose a belief system, or if I had to propose the most probabilistic way that the universe is, I'd say that it's actually a simultaneous system. It's not, there's no like, first of all, there's no evidence of it at all, but there's human stories of a soul that migrates from bodies to body to body to body.
There is?
There's lore. Yeah, it's called the soul, and it's called reincarnation.
Oh,
you've heard of it.
I thought you were, sorry, my listeners. So I thought you had read.
You've heard of it, right? Hinduism embraces it. Buddhism, as a result of Hinduism, embraces it. It's essentially a Hindu idea.
That's getting into spirituality and religion again. And I feel like some of it's based in some sort of truth, mystical, ancient truth. Maybe leave out the mystical part, but those religions go back a long time. So who came up with it and why? Perhaps.
Why did they come up with reincarnation?
Maybe there was a powerful entity, a spirit that was so charming and so Jim Morrison-esque that it recycled. It came in, body died, it like reincarnated. Like I just feel like some of those theories are based in fact.
I wouldn't eliminate the possibility because everything's possible, but...
Didn't we have a podcast about that?
Yeah, but No, there's no.
I don't know what your point was. I'm sorry.
Aside from the idea of it, there's really no evidence that there's any sort of tool or objective something that has any ability to continue. What the Hindus are trying to do is they're trying to explain the world around them. They're trying to understand the universe that they found themselves in. They've noticed.
Pardon me.
Yeah, they've noticed some properties, and they've figured that the best explanation for those properties was that reincarnation exists. Like, perhaps they see animal traits in humans, or they see human traits in animals, or what they associate to be human traits in animals. They might see particular physical throwbacks to animals, where they might, like, you know how you see somebody and they look like a beagle? Sometimes you see somebody and they look like a bat.
Fuck, man.
Sometimes you see somebody and they look like a... Right?
I've so seen that. There's even a meme on Facebook where it's like all like the Karen dog and
the
like
people and their dogs.
Look like, and they put the actual person with the dog. You're like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And yes, I've seen people like, I see animals and people for sure.
Snakes. Sometimes people look like snakes. And it's not just the mythological association to the animal.
I'm trying to give an example.
It's some actual physical properties that a person has. Right?
That they look like an animal.
Yeah, they have the resemblance of somehow. And then there's also a lot of...
That's weird, eh? Like, I know exactly what you're talking about. I'm just trying to put together someone...
There's a lot of animals that also have
healthy looking guy.
Enough cognizance that when you look at them, they appear to be self-aware, right? And people associate that with somebody from the past. So you say you have a spouse, and this is the 1100s or something. You had a spouse and you spent all your time down at this lake, and that was your place or something like that. And then next thing you know, you look across the lake and a deer's looking at you, and it's like...
Or a butterfly.
Fuck yeah. Butterfly lands in your nose and you're like, it's Jill. She knows that I was here and it's our favorite place. And there's some compelling evidence with that though. Like, that's why I would like to put you in a corner. Like, I'd love to have someone like that on here as a guest that could be like, this is what happened, man. This is like, and give you some testimonial. Well, it's great. You can read a book too, right? Oh, fuck. What is the point of spirituality then? Is just a false... Is it just if it's just a misguided distraction then? Well, that's a good question, right? Is it? I think for a lot of people it probably is.
What is that? Why are we so fucking how is it that we hear words and know what they mean? That we can manipulate this computer into doing stuff that'll make us cool, like that we can do psychedelics.
We can do all those things without a spirit, right?
No, you can't.
Really?
Well,
because some people think that they're spiritual, right? Some people think
Are you spiritual, Adam?
Oh, I'm very spiritual. Some people think that they're spiritual and others aren't.
Well, that's mean.
Right?
What? Well,
it's just a reality. If you ask a spiritual person, that's usually what they purport, is that spirituality is a path and that you become more or less spiritual. And you get to points in your path of spirituality where, things occur.
To me, that sounds like Scientology.
A cult or Scientology would require organization. So this is just people's belief systems, that you become more spiritual once you become aware of spirit and spirituality.
That sounds like what I was saying earlier then. So, and that's kind of what I believe.
Yeah, it's the idea of spirituality. Totally not founded on anything real, but it's a person's own path of self-awareness, right?
But don't you believe, like, I don't know, man, the more self-aware I'm becoming lately, the more I'm just like, I feel kind of alone.
If you were to feel really, 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 really alone, then that would be a good sign, at least in the path of self-awareness.
Advertisement loading.
Hey guys, don't turn the podcast off because we're just going to talk to you a little bit about Patreon.
Yeah.
We've got a Patreon because we have to commercialize this podcast somehow. We got to eat. more than ramen one day.
And coffee, straight coffee all day.
And if you love the content and you want to support the podcast, then why don't you join us on Patreon? And the link is in the description. And you can become a champion.
A warrior.
Not a warrior, but a...
Oh, I screwed that one up.
I'm